New York Post dated January 18, 2016 at 8:23 p.m. by the Post editorial board. Caption reads, quote, "Cutting liberty out of the history taught to America's kids," unquote. Article reads, quote, "It looks like the College Board didn't really get the message. 2 years back, it beat a hasty retreat from its effort to put a hard left spin on high school American history curricula. But now it's doing the same thing with European history. The board runs the advanced placement exams, tests that measure whether a kid has learned enough in high school to place out of introductory college courses. As part of the process, it recommends textbooks, gives guidelines for AP or advanced placement class curriculum, and teacher prep, and so on. A hurricane of criticism in 2014 moved the board to fix its U.S. history package. Yet the National Association of Scholars, an independent group that supports high academic standards, reports serious problems with the new European history directives. NAS, that is National Association of Scholars Director of Communications, David Randall, warns that the College Board's latest product turns Europe's history into a foreshortened neo-Marxist genetic narrative of historical modernization powered by abstract social and economic forces. It so downplays the role of individuals that it doesn't even mention Christopher Columbus or Winston Churchill. In short, this curriculum doesn't so much teach European history as propaganda for the idea that Europe's past consists of centuries of progress toward becoming a circular welfare state whose interchangeable subjects possess neither national particularity nor faith nor freedom. A key reason to study history is to understand the present, but this European history course wouldn't give students a clue as to why the British may well vote this week to leave the European Union. The College Board is downplaying what makes the West unique, its understanding of liberty, arrived at through centuries of hard-won progress. In short, it's taking the essence out of what it pretends to teach, unquote. Take a vape. I've always respected British history, not so much that I agree with a lot of the things they've done, but they've been around for a very long time. You know, they go back to 88 AD. Some of their very first kings came about that time. And they've been in a lot of wars, a lot of wars. Of course, many countries have, including America. Especially since World War II, America's been into a lot of wars that we shouldn't have been into. As far as liberty is concerned, no, there is no such as... as Americans, we all strive to have liberty. But we know, especially in the electronic age, or the digital age that we live in, we know that our liberty is well constricted. And now you can have ignorance is bliss, and try to convince yourself that no one's spying on you or tracking you or researching you or whatever. If you sort of put that out of your mind, so to speak. But it exists there. It goes on constantly, 24/7 by the NSA, FBI, CIA, ATF, you name it. So liberty in its concrete sense does not exist, and neither has it really existed at any time in all of human history, including British history or European history. There's always been those that will be subjected to some kind of confinement, be it in the abstract or the concrete, meaning either they throw you in prison for charges that you shouldn't have been charged with, or in the concrete sense as well. In the abstract sense, that is, every person should be free. Humans should be free, which I agree with abstractly, but in real terms, it never really happens. You're never really free. I mean, there's so many regulations and rules in society that you can never really do what you want to do. I mean, as long as you're not inciting or provoking violence or hurting others or other people's liberties, then it's cool. It's cool. Especially in my book, it's cool. Unfortunately, the government that we have in America, the federal government, can be quite heavy-handed. And I'm sure that happens in Europe as well. So as far as liberty, and as far as like this college board or the advanced placement exams sort of twisting around things as far as history is concerned, now that's the scary part. Because what it's basically doing is brainwashing or re-brainwashing students to look at life in a different way. Because in order for you to get your degree, you must go along with the curriculum. And the curriculum is dictated by these people that are in charge of the advanced placement exams. So if, let's say, you want to get a degree in history, or you want to get a degree in social science or whatever, or in sociology or any of that, you'll have to do it according to how they want you to think, and not really as to what really happened in real terms. It's liberty is it's a nice idea, and even though, including myself, I strive to have my liberty in place, especially from the federal government's constraints, I also accept the fact that there's no pure liberty. You understand? There's never really, you cannot just go out and do whatever you want. Even if you live in the woods, nature itself will make sure that you don't have total freedom. Because there might be a bear, coyote, or fox, or a snake, for that matter, that will literally take your liberty and kill you over it. I mean, you can get bit by a snake, and that's the end of your liberty. Or it could bite you, and you could remain half unconscious, or you could lose a leg, or anything. So there's always limitations on liberty in the abstract and the concrete. So it's just unfortunate that the people at the college board have that kind of power to steer their students in a particular way. But that's been going on for a very long time. That goes back to actually to, at least in America, to about 1902 with the Rockefeller Foundation, when they started to do social engineering in classrooms. So it goes back a long time. It's nothing new. Definitely nothing new with this article, anyway. Anyway, that's it for me. Bye.